Hello guys, Arder here, and this is ZSL Season 4 Round 1 Track Review Part 1. And we start with Borgo Mozzafiato by Rico97, and it's pretty interesting, cool track, really cool scenery, really nice transitions, and some intended cuts, which depend on your skill level could be beneficial or could slightly screw your time. And the finish, even if it's not like completely by the rule book, I still think, because it's the loop and finish on part of the track, which already used as a start line, I think it's okay. ZSL, the underground by the west side. And the first time I played this track during showcase, and it was pretty fun. People enjoyed it and found a lot of really interesting way how you can drive it, like inner wall ride part, which I think is part of, let's say, advanced skill level, but it's give you more speed at the end, and you can do this track faster, and some lines are really sharp, so made right turns and corners are really important on this track. This track was made in a factory called World. I believe it's some kind of reference to something, I don't know, and about like factory, maybe it's like inner joke or something, but anyway, pretty cool track, pretty interesting lines, really cool idea with all this upper loop with the fans, so you're not really can fall off it if you're doing all right, so it's like with safeguard there. Overall, I would say it's like slightly medium advanced track with all these loop parts at the end and upper ascent in the pipe, because if you take it wrongly, like straightforward, you can jump pretty high and hit the pipe and crash, so you need to go slightly left, right and do all these loops, so this made this level slightly advanced and tricky. ZSL-Flos Patriae by Hack. And yet another cool track, I don't know, they're all cool. This track built with intersection, but not directly, with a slightly jump intersection, so, and it's made by the small angle, which made it slightly harder to do correct jump with no like any major issue. But overall, I would say this is the only really hard point on this track. All other lines are made decent, they're all great, and you can do it easily, just proper control the turning angle, and probably you need to use action key more to do it perfectly. Rundown Race track by Vortex. Well, one thing for this track, it's quite long, basically it's completely on the edge of time limit frame, so you don't have a lot of attempt during like 7-minute round. As of track, well, it's not really hard. There's a couple tricky moments, tricky elements on the jumps and turns where you can lose speed or crash, especially the last turn before the finish. It's really sharp and unexpected. It's blind, so if you can do it, if you know how to do it, if you know that it is there, then you probably won't cut it. And I don't know, I'm not a like really good player, but even I done it like 2 seconds faster than after time, so I believe really advanced hardcore players, they definitely could do it like 110, I believe. So yeah, probably the problem is like slightly weaker after time. ZSL Oakwood Raceway by Lenny B1232, and it is, let's say, it's interesting track. because it used like one big omni booster which control your speed around like 100, and most of this track you need to control speed and turns and to not hit poles and other stuff. But another, let's say, quite interesting thing that even I, who not really into find cheese on the tracks, find it here because of this omni booster and not enough, let's say, barriers. You can easily do all these checkpoints in slightly different order, and you can do a lot of cuts, and it gives you like really faster time, like 2-3 seconds. And yet again, it's me. I believe other guys could find even more on such type of tracks, so it will be even faster. So probably 105 is really doable on such track. Kodiak B racing by EO8, and according to EO8, on this track you don't need brakes. The only thing that you really need is the perfect turning angle. So I'm using controller and I still use action key because it helped me to control it better, and still I have all this smoke from my wheels, which is, well, shown that I'm not in a perfect line and I can do better with some more training. But really cool scenery, really interesting track. ZSL Sprint 8 by Funtidev, and I believe this is the first track which use idea of like loop track or like lap track, when you do same layout like several times as like several laps. But in this case I surprisingly found that lower part of the track somehow feels slightly easier than upper, which really strange because it's most likely the same part of the track. The only thing that could be hard and you need to be aware about, it's 2 last turn on each lap. It's basically completely flat wall ride and you start in fell and off. So before them you need to put your soapbox like looking up to basically made a small jump and land again on the track, and you need to do it twice. So, but I don't think it's really hard element. You just need to know that you need to do it, and that's it. ZSL Bahrainkist by Ardor, and I'll try to be unbiased. After try to represent like Bahrain GP track for Formula 1 or GT, no matter, it's like a replica. And usually I'm complaining that like I don't like tracks longer than 1 minute, but in this case, yeah, I just couldn't do it smaller because I wanted to be this track as like real as possible. And the best suggestion for this track, you need to start braking if you want to make this track safer and like finishing, you need to start braking each time when booster is stopped. So you will have enough speed and you will have enough angle on turn to make each turn. All other pro players, I believe, will find the way how to do this track less than 1 minute. ZSL-RAPID Raceway by Bulldog Massacre, and I put these 2 tracks, this one and the next one, just to show them, but for me this one and the next one are like against the rule, and because this track, this finish is way off from the start. It's like, I don't know, 50-30 meters or I don't know how many elements on this track it's off, and this is way against the rule. So for me this track is not legit, like you see. And second one, Patins de Wallride, Tiger Lane PC. Well, it's completely break one of the point of the track. On each track, you need to have at least 2 checkpoints. And as you can see, this track have none. And I'm not saying about like layout, it's like different, all after can do whatever they want, but in this case it's like completely different layout, and basically you can just start this track, hit the brake, go off this line and go into the finish, and you will do it like less than 10 seconds or so. Yeah, worth to think about it. Anyway, thanks for watching this first part of track review. Hope you enjoyed, and I encourage you to join, create your own track, or just play them, or just join to ZSL itself. But anyway, thanks for your likes, thanks for your comments, and see you next time. Bye.